My name is Nostalgic. Welcome to the show. Hi guys, welcome to the show, man. How are you guys doing? Hello, Greece. Hey, Ardan. Oh, Mr. R, you were early. You were very early. Ardan would like to see you use an up-to-date database and fix Juventus tactically. Well, I'm not one that typically downloads databases. I used to do that in the past, but I mean, no insult intended to any of the database creators. I'm sure they put in a lot of hours of work into it, but I'm very wary, right? I'm very wary of picking them up because, yeah, just wary. And things have happened to my saves as a result of that. And I've had one too many. And since I stream so much, I've had to do things like reinstall Football Manager many times. Yeah, it's not once or twice. A lot of times, so I don't want to run into that. Trying to isolate a probable cause as to why certain pages are not loading properly. Yeah, so I'm definitely not going to go there again. Hey Andrew, how are you, man? Okay, so today, before we begin, guys, what do you think of the transfer window? Okay, let's not talk about the rich clubs who were complaining so much a couple of months ago about not having enough money. Right, or struggling financially. They wanted to run away, create a super league because they needed more money. When you look at Real Madrid wanting to throw over 150 million for one Kylian Mbappe, and then I don't know which is dumber, the fact that Real Madrid wanted to do that, or the fact that PSG didn't want to accept the offer with Kylian Mbappe not signing an extension to his contract. And then we've got clubs that don't need players but go out there and just sign them anyway, like Jack Grealish. I mean they were after a striker, but they didn't really need him, you know. But they are strengthened by the presence of Jack Grealish. But let's not talk about them, right? I'm more interested in two clubs, right? I really, this is going to be very funny. I'm going to focus on Crystal Palace. First club I'm going to talk about, Crystal Palace. I mean, they had the oldest team last season, right? One of the oldest teams last season. I mean, average age was about 30 plus. Okay. And then this season, the transfer window, it's all about signing young players. So they've gone out there, they've really gone out to sign a lot of young players, right? And then we got a club like who's the yo-yo club? Norwich, right? Norwich go up and down a lot like a yo-yo, right? So, and they spent a lot of money in the window, and they've focused on players that aren't very expensive, players from recently relegated teams that can add depth to their team and make them stronger, and hopefully they can stay up. So I'm just interested. Those are some of the teams. Like, I think Palace have had a very interesting window. They really strengthened their team. Of course, you know, the one that got my attention was Chelsea and Manchester United. Chelsea signing of Saul on a loan is very interesting. It's very good because they really needed somebody there. What if Conte gets injured, right? What if they need a player who has that ability to perform, basically deliver the goods game to game, and Saul is that kind of player. He's not phenomenal, but he's reliable, right? And then, of course, you have Romelu Lukaku, the signing of the season for me. And then you have Manchester United, Varane, Sancho, now Ronaldo. And Ronaldo is just about making the fans happy. So that's all. It's all about making them fans happy, man. The Glazers want to make them happy. Edouard is a bargain. The only person, how do you mark specific position? Mark specific position, you just there's a button, you click it, that's how you use it. But it's essentially got to mark whoever is playing in that position, right? So when you play the game, whoever is playing in that position will get marked. Yeah. So sometimes players swap, right? They focus on the player who's in that position. Yeah. So how you want to use it, I did a video on this. You should go and watch the Iron Maiden strategy. It's in that video on YouTube, on the Bustthenet channel. I've got the Iron Maiden strategy. It explains exactly how you use that. I mean, okay, Arsenal, yeah, they needed to strengthen. They're a bit, I think Ben White is stupid money here. Ben White is stupid money. Yeah, I don't think they should have spent all that money on Ben White. But then, you never know. Like, I'm fine, man. Risky, thanks for asking. Hey, Stinger, how are you, man? Okay, guys. So today the show is all about a what do we call this? Bring your tactics, right? We got a chance to bring in your tactics. So we got a couple of tactics we're gonna look at. Let's get cracking so we can get more done, and then we can open it up to everybody else. Okay. So we got a few tactics. This is last week's tactics, right? So we got a few. Let's see now, Dropbox. We've got these tactics. Look, I think I didn't do this tactic from the last show. Bochum's 352. We're gonna load all these. Yeah. This tactic, Jahid, you created against this is a nice 4. I like this 4-2-2 DM. I mentioned it on the last show, right? So inverted winger comes in here, inverted winger comes in here, looks up, complete forward, poacher in the box. Volante, box to box, DLP playmaker, fullback goes right, fullback goes right. So you get a lot of width in your tactic. And Deportivo 3, Real Madrid 2. Your main player, Murillo, scoring 2 goals. Right, so pretty impressive. Yeah, I like a solid defensive tactic. Okay, I mean, we did. Your XG was there. Fair amount of XG going on. Okay, so wait, hold on. Let me go and find the folder where the tactics are. BYT, I think this is the one. 30. So we've got all this. Yeah, slip key. This is your tactic, right? You see, okay, there we go. Oh yeah, we didn't cover your tactic. Man, I would have remembered this tactic, man, if I'd seen it. Hello, Alpha. Hey, Alpha, long time no see, man. When are you coming back? When are we gonna have those draft mode matches, man? Long time no draft. Okay. All right. So, okay, I'm the kind of person when I see a tactic like this, right? My first reaction is play the tactic and see what happens. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. We're playing the Champions League. Oh, this will be fun. So we're gonna keep playing we just got to save time because we're not. If we go one game, it's going to be too long. This is not a journeyman save. This is a tactic save, right? So we're just looking at people's tactics and we just want to save the game at a point and then play that game with that tactic and see how it performs so that we have a baseline. Okay. All right. So first up, we got this tactic. Let's see if there's any funky PIs. I always have to make sure that your tactics have no very strange PIs. I like this libero here. You got a ball winning midfielder, you got BBM, you got Mess going this way. No idea why. I mean, do you expect a Mess to be creating all the chances? Because he's gonna go wide. This tactic only does well if you can control possession for you basically just putting pressure on an opposition team, because these defensive wingers do a good job of playing against tactics which have got AMs, right, or wide wingers, they'll be able to shut down those passing channels. But and you got these two putting pressure on defenders. I mean, not to both of them, just this guy. Okay, this guy is dropping a bit deeper. The mess comes up, but who else is going to help him? You know, what if the mess is shut out of the game? What are you going to do then, right? This is these are the questions you got to ask yourself. Then when you look at a tactic, you got to ask yourself, how many routes to goal do I have? I mean, sometimes you talk about like how many channels are we creating for goal scoring opportunities, right? So okay, let's try to identify goal scoring opportunities. Where are they coming from? First up, we got mess going this way. We got box to box that might go up. This creates this center here that's a bit porous. So this guy goes up, this guy comes to the right, this guy drops. Okay, fine. We've got something here. The mess might be able to dig one ball onto the advance forward and maybe or play through the box to box. But this is going to be extraordinary if he can find space. Because the moment the AM plays with the DM, then the BBM is just going to, like, you know, look for somebody to pass the burden to, because he's not going to be able to do it on his own. Yeah, exactly. I believe that you should keep things simple, right? There is no need to overcomplicate tactics very much. Like, okay, we've got, I don't know, we had this last, I mean, Jai's tactic is not here anymore. I mean, we could have shown you the tactic just now. Jai's tactic is very simple. It's just like, there's no rocket science to the tactic. He just goes, okay, this is what I want to do. I want to keep it simple. We're just going to go down the flanks with two fullbacks. Yeah, I think, wait, hold on. Is it here? That Jai's tactic is here. Okay. So this Jai's tactic, right? This is a 4-4-2 DM. It's very, very simple. There's no rocket science to this tactic. It's just a simple tactic with simple things he wants to do. You got a complete forward roaming. He roams. He moves into channels. So he's gonna be here, he's gonna be here, he's gonna be here, he's gonna be. He can be in a lot of places, right? He won't be here though. Right? That's like an F9. So because he does a lot of these movements, right? It becomes very hard to pick up, and this helps pulling defenders out of position. So this poacher is always going to be in the box, giving problems to defenders, right? They got inverted winger coming in here, inverted winger coming in here, Volate going up through the middle, DLP looking for passing options. He's going to dictate tempo and probably set the pace of the game from a deeper position, drawing opposition players to him, creating space for these two inverted wingers. These two guys are going to give you the width. Nice tactic. Very simple. I love a good 4-4-2 DM, and this is one of them, right? So it's not bad. But when I look at this tactic and ask myself, okay, where are the chances coming from? This is the only place I can see it from. Because unless you've got a D... Okay, the only exception I make to this rule is if your DWs, right, are like attacking wingers by nature. Now, if they are attacking wingers by nature, meaning they've got high acceleration, they've got lots of crossing and dribbling, and they like to get into the box, and they have traits like that, then you might see these guys attacking the box as well on higher mentalities, right? So like, because whenever we use a generic role, we have got to pay attention to all these things, right? Okay, what are these things doing? And you already telling him to take fewer risks. So you're basically telling him, I don't want to do this. But this depends on the player in general, right? So this guy tries killer balls, arrives late. So if he was to play as a DW, he's going to be a very exciting defensive winger if you can maintain the game, right? But he's obviously telling people, don't pay attention. Okay, yeah, I mean, now we've gone, and the assistant, trust me, the assistant manager is not... Like, I have a tactic that I'm playing with in my journeyman challenge. My assistant manager is a pain in the ass. Right? Don't go to the assistant manager for advice on who to play, man. You do the draft. I do drafts on Mondays. Hey, wait, we do drafts whenever I feel like doing drafts. Mondays generally, Tuesdays, sometimes Wednesdays. Yeah, depends how early we finish. I just did a public draft last night. Right. After I did two drafts yesterday. One Discord and one of 2 hours, an hour and a half later, public. I streamed it on Twitch. Man, I started really poorly, man. I lost the first 3 games, but came back with 4. I lost the first 4 games and came back to win the next 4. But I was in full experimental mode. I mean, that's not an excuse, but yeah. All right, so let's go. Let's play this. Right, so let's understand this player first. What is he doing? Escobar. Okay, 15 acceleration, pure midfielder, loves to cross the ball. I mean, he can dribble. We don't know if he's going to cross the ball. Shoots, knocks ball past opponent, uses the space to get past players. Okay, Slavov runs the ball, comes deep to get the ball. You see what he's going to do? This guy's going to drop, and then, he's going to offer an outlet to the CD, the central defender. So, yeah. Would I change his tactic? Yeah, 100%. I will change his tactic because it needs more variety. But if you're a really good team, maybe just brute force your way. I mean, without changing anything, you probably do okay. Let's go to 2D Classic. We'll watch this at extended. Yeah, just play it like that and see what happens, right? 2 minutes. You got your first opportunity. Short map is somewhere here. What does he say? I don't know. Can't even tell. Okay, we gotta chalk off all these set pieces, right? You can definitely game throw-ins, right? So, he's already got a yellow card. This is something that's gonna be common for your DWs, right? The moment a DW picks up a yellow card, does he stop tackling? Kind of. He won't dive into a tackle, but he will try and block challenges. But players might get past him. Now look at the keeper does. First things first, he kicks the ball. Why does he kick the ball, right? Okay, in transition, you've got distribute to center backs only, but you didn't choose to take short kicks. If that's your intention, right? So if you look at what he did earlier, he's here. He went long instead of giving to the central defenders. I mean, look at where the central defenders are positioned as well. If he plays the ball to the central defender, this guy comes in. Maybe if this is a ball-playing defender, he'll play to these two, right? So let's go to the in possession. You also use played out the defense. So apparently your goalkeeper, this goalkeeper doesn't have faith in us. So let's try this as well. See whether this helps the situation any. Okay, so this is what he did earlier. So we're just gonna, I don't know, we go back to live now. Okay. All right. So you can see where the Mazala is. He's gone this way. Then these guys are coming in and everybody's in the box. Yeah. So you're depending on that one area of the pitch, right, to create all those chances. So one thing you can do, which is kind of interesting, is this, right? Okay, let's look at the tactic again. This guy is gonna be I mean, it's interesting that you've got this ball-winning midfielder playing beside a defensive winger. These are two very defensive roles. And you've got this. I mean, okay, I would try something really strange. Focus play on the left. Only because, right? Got a ball-playing defender here, right? Okay. Now, this guy takes the ball, he puts one over the top. That's what I'm thinking, right? I'd be thinking, if we do that, then we can, drop balls over the top of it. So we get another channel now going. Okay, that's it. Now, hey, the goalkeeper has decided to take a short kick to give it to the player. Oh, he's gone here now. Okay, pass it back, pass it back, pass it back, pass it back! You useless piece of shit. Okay. Well, apparently he didn't do that. Okay. And then we go. Why did I do this, right? Okay, because you've got this protection here going on. So we focus play down the left. You've got all these fellas arriving on the other side. So you got this mess going in. You got this box to box. You got this guy protecting. Simple enough. We don't make too many changes. We just added a focus play. And all I did was, I know this is meant to be a defensive tactic. I get what you're trying to do. But if you have got a defensive tactic, why in the world have you got prevention of goal distribution ball? Take it out. You don't need that. Use offside trap, also take it out. You don't need that as well. Okay? So remove both these instructions. Look. We just maybe added a second. We still have only very few channels to go, but I guess I can see what you're trying to do. You just want a very defensive system. Okay, so if this is defensive enough, yeah, cool. Okay, what else can we do, right? Okay, let's try something else. All right, okay, we come to this chap here. I don't think he has the option. Okay. We can't tell him to. I'm toying with the idea of asking him to cross from deep. If he crosses from deep, what he does is he's near the halfway line, right, or the final third, or the edge of the final third. That's where he does his crosses from. Okay, and I send it to the target man. Okay, so we just try this out. I mean, you could then he crosses a bit earlier, around here. Then he puts one for the target man. Or you can do far post where the mess is going to come. The reason why we're doing this, why we focus play left, people might say, why did you focus play on the right? Yeah, right. Box to box, Mazala, focus play down this way. You lose the ball here. It's like open sesame, man, in the middle. I mean, I like to focus play for a reason, right? And in this case, I'm trying to unlock the opposite side of the pitch. Okay, so it's a safe tactic. Yeah. So we just keep it that way. Yeah, once again, we're not reviewing tactics to say whether I don't do that, right? So I know that you probably have created this tactic because of the players that you have, right? And sometimes me suggesting making a different tactic may not be wise for you. Because if I suggested a totally different tactic for you, you might have an issue. Yeah, you don't have players for that. So while white midfielders are okay, you don't need white midfielders. I think defensive wingers are very underrated. Very underrated. Like wingbacks or defend are very underrated. Defensive wingers are extremely underrated in this game. A lot of people don't like them. I love them. I love defensive wingers in the game. Between a defensive winger and a white midfielder in the game, I love these roles even more. Because I normally ask them to tackle hard, right, on the flanks. And these guys are not too bad. And if you like those like low block tactics, right, where you want to put one over the top, the role to choose is actually the defensive winger. Because they will put one over the top. So our defensive wingers are having a very good game. The ball winning midfielder is not too big. The Mazzala is not having a good game. These two guys are okay. I mean, what else can we do? Okay, all right. Okay, let's try different things out. Okay, all right. Now this advanced forward here on his own. If we got a focus play here, we can actually create more. Because this guy has essentially no support, right? But he scored a goal already. I was talking the other day of moving the target man to the left and the advance because there's nobody charging in from here. But there is somebody charging in from is the mess. But the mess is going to stop short of the target man, right? That's what it's going to stop short of. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the target man here. And I'll put the advance forward here. Now, this has creates a different dynamic, right? Now the target man drops. So you got this whole focus play going on over here. Target man is joining the focus already. Okay, let's put these two guys here. I don't know if the correct guys are there, but we can't, we don't know. 12 jumping reach, is your jumping reach. 6 jumping reach, obviously 12 goes there. Okay, so now we've got a mess coming in here. Advanced forward. Okay, so this guy could go into the half spaces. This guy can move into the channels, right? So we could see something interesting happen. Yeah, this is Slip Key's tactic. I won't change too much. He wants a defensive tactic. We'll give him a defensive tactic because he's doing quite well in terms of restricting XG for the opponents. They've only had 4 shots, but looking at 0.67 for XG per shot, that's not very good. Right. But I do want to say that there are not many channels to score goals from. Okay. Now if these are your players, then yeah, okay. What you can do is let's move this guy here. I mean, let's move the ball winning midfielder to the center. All right, let's turn this guy into a box-to-box midfielder. Okay, the Mazzala on this side, box-to-box midfielder, ball winning midfielder here, defensive winger here. So now what we have is, in fact, you can go double Mazzalas here. Right, so these Mazzalas actually support the defensive wingers. All the defensive wingers do is ding balls over the top. Right, so you could do that. You can do mess. It becomes a bit nicer. Then you got multiple channels to go. Then you got a left side that can dink a ball over the top and a right side that can dink a ball over the top, right? So I would, depending on whether you have the players, right? Do you need like a super player here? Just make sure they all can tackle. That's it. The ball winning midfielder could eventually be changed into something a deep line playmaker, holds his position. That's fine. Yeah. So we've got a bit more security. So what this guy is going to do is going to protect left and right, right? So he's got a large area and he got 3 at the back. So it's easy. So look, if you're playing against a 4-2-3 or 4-2-3, stands no chance against this tactic. No way. But the 2 defensive wingers are just going to make it impossible for this inside force to be found. Now these 2 wingbacks got no service. The higher they go up the pitch, the more trouble they find themselves in. So you see, look at how you position. Look at that. They gotta keep doing this. No? They gotta keep going long with their pass. Look where the defensive wingers come up. Look at where his positions are. This is extremely safe. Like, if you want to use the defensive winger, I'm a big fan of the defensive winger. Look at that. How do they get the ball out? They can't even play with a goal kick, no. Right, and then if they want to go short and press they want to play it out from the back, right? You got your two strikers putting pressure back. It goes to the ball winning midfielder. Ball winning midfielder. See, the libero is pretty much out of the equation here. He's not really pushing up, right? So you can have many choices to unleash the libero in later games. You can even go ball winning midfielder on support, and then the libero becomes a bigger influence, especially if you're playing high up the pitch. And you see what's gone. They go down the flank. What options does he have? He's got 0 options. Right, okay. This is slightly better, and this is probably how I would set up your tactic, right? So you go like DW, ball winning midfielder, box to box, Bezala, because apparently I think you have the players, right? Because you had a box to box here, right? And you have a ball winning midfielder. So I just move them here, and you probably can get the same effect. Yeah, without having to tweak your tactic too much. Okay, so we're not in the business of completely overhauling a tactic unless it's necessary. Okay? Alright? This is not the stream where I go and look at your tactic and go, this is lousy. Go and play something else. I'm not that kind of person. You gotta learn. You have to learn from somewhere, right? So creating, everybody has to begin somewhere, right? And you begin by creating your own tactics first. And then if I were to come in and change the tactic completely, you're never gonna get anywhere. So once you take baby steps, right? After that, you become very good at the tactical game. Don't worry. Have faith in the process. Wait, no, I'm not saying that anymore. Michael Arteta says that a lot. He says trust the process. No, we're not saying that. We're not going there. We're not becoming Michael Arteta here. Oh dear Lord. That sounds almost wrong. Okay, the latest tactics. Let's go to the second. No, this is my tactics. Okay, slip key, we done your tactic already. Okay, we got 4-2-3-1. I have no idea who this is. Alright. Okay, so again, we'll just play the game. I'll just explain what I see in this tactic. Inverted winger dinking here looking for somebody to pass the ball to. Nobody in this group is running into the box. So I don't know what the inverted wingers are looking for. That's the first thing I see, right? Inverted winger goes and I want to give the ball to someone. Who do we give it to? Everybody wants to give the ball to someone. See, this is our final third made up of everybody who wants to give pass. We've got a lot of creators there. Yeah. A hell of a lot of creators there. Yeah. The problem now is we have to look at each one of these players. Cuts deep, cuts inside room. What does he do? Acceleration, dribbling. He might get into the box. What about him? Yeah, this guy is gonna go into the box. Finishing, he might just dribble into the box. I mean, if you're camping, if you're camping for 90 minutes, maybe. I probably would have a shadow striker here. That's all, just one row. Shadow striker. That's it. I will change just one row. Okay. Because you got to have this issue with let's pay attention to all this bunch of players, right? In the final third. I mean, we might score a lot of goals. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to change your whole tactic. Just understand those roles and what they do. Okay, let's look at the inverted wingers. Numbers are dropping. Started at 6.8, now 6.7. That's typical for every game, right? Okay. It's still 0-0, so it'll be 6.7. Inkash is having a good game linking up play, but we don't know what he's doing, right? Because apparently all we have is very shitty chances that we've been creating. Let's go to XG. Let's see the Deportivo shot map. So what we got? 0.004. We have one, not even worth a highlight, 0.20. And that was the latest chance. We just set one. My goodness. Let's go to comprehensive. Apparently, the highlights were not good enough. Fabian Jones. And then what's this? Shot save. Alright, we're going. There's no highlights, man. It's gonna happen. Like I said before, inverted winger looking, F9 looking. Everybody is going. Who are we giving the ball to? I don't know. We'll find someone. That's what's happening. I'm not trying to make fun of this, but this is exactly what's happening. Yeah, 0.35. Waiting. If it's me, right, play this game. The moment I reach 10 minutes, right, I don't see a highlight, I panic. I'm like jittery, like I'll be changing things just to make a highlight appear. Guys, we are on comprehensive highlights. 35 minutes. All this means is that these are just shitty chances. SI is basically telling you these guys are so bad, we're not bothering with highlights. We just want to get to the halftime because we want to end the torture. Don't worry, I mean, I don't mean it in a bad way. I'm just, I just love, lightening the mood. Okay. Yay, we reached the end of the first half. Not a single chance has been created. I mean, we have created chances, but not a single highlight has been generated. So what do you do? All I do is I change this guy to Shadow Striker. Okay, now they got somebody to aim for. Okay, let's start the game. We just changed one role. Just one role. We got a highlight. Whoa, that was fast. 46 minutes. 90 minutes. For 45 minutes, we did a single highlight. Now, match begins. We get a highlight. And, bloody hell, they scored a goal. C'est la vie. Such is life. Let's just change this role now to something a bit more less. We got too many cooks there trying to spoil the show. Pressing forward and support. Okay, done. Okay, now the problem with inverted winger. Both have inverted, right? They're both going inside. They're only looking for two players right now. The guy's in front, right? That's all they're doing. We got they've got a highlight. This is painful, man. Right? This is our highlight. Okay, cool. Goes up. Okay, inverted winger does a little jig inside after a while, looking for options. Who do I give it to? I don't know. Nobody's going to the box. Yeah, okay. Can one of you get inside the box? Oh, he runs all the way. Nobody's doing him any favors. Okay, done. We change this guy to a winger. All right, we turn him into, let's see now. We got DLP and support. Okay, so we turn this guy into a winger on attack. We turn this guy into an inverted winger. Okay. Hopefully we get some goals. So this guy is holding his position, so I'm going to send this guy forward. This guy is coming here. Oh no, this guy is this dynamic is very bad. We go wing back and support. Okay. Because when you have inverted winger going like that, you got F9 and then you got one engage, then you're creating lots of movement but no goals, right? No highlights. There's no penetration whatsoever. So I will probably do something like this. Pressing forward or advance forward in this position. Did I go? Wait, yeah, inverted winger here, pressing forward, Shadow Striker in winger on this side, DLP. How do you improve concentration? Training. That's how you improve concentration. There are training sessions that include concentration. So some of the tactical training sessions improve concentration. I mean, we're doing okay in terms of XG now, right? But a lot of chances. But okay, let's do something here. Work ball to box. Let's go low crosses so the guys do cutbacks. Let's increase the passing as well. This is way too short. Right, whole shape. You're gonna be calm. You're gonna be sitting in the opposition box, right? If you want to do this, this is very Guardiola. So you're gonna be moving the ball around a lot. Okay. All right. We got this guy going around now. The wingback gives us width. Okay, much better. Guys, we're not making too many changes to these tactics, right? But this is important. You see this? We got the width coming from here. The guy dinks in and gives the ball. And this is what we call the inverted winger. Okay. So our inverted winger actually has somebody to give the ball to. Right. Now we got this guy, plays it out to the winger. Now we got different dynamic here, but he's cutting inside with the ball. So we give it back to the inverted winger. Inverted winger goes inside. Looks for options, right? Yep. Okay, it doesn't. He's being an idiot. Okay. So go wing back now comes in. Okay, much better. I like the movement right now. There's much better movement in the tactic. Okay, there we got inverted winger comes in, goes. This guy is our winger right now, right? So yeah, the attacking pattern is a lot more nicer. This is like probably like the best combination, right, for 4-2-3-1 in front. I mean, you can choose other roles here. You can go complete forward, target man on support. F9 probably not, right? This guy drops a bit too deep. You want somebody who roams, so you can put any role up there and ask the guy to roam. There we go. Keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate your tactics too much. I mean, I'm guilty of doing that a lot. I mean, I overcomplicate a lot of my tactics, and sometimes it doesn't do me any good, right? So this is actually a very simple setup, right? But we got inverter winger now. Look at him; he's having a game of his life, right? So the shadow striker is having a good game. The role in front, you can change it to a lot of combinations. So it's really up to you. But I would avoid things like the poacher. Any role that doesn't roam, don't use it. Any role that roams, put it up on the list. The pressing forward doesn't roam, right? You can add roam to it, right? Then complete forward is too expensive. Very hard to. It's very, very difficult to find a player that has got the attributes to play as a complete forward. So those are the rules, man. Yeah, okay, Remo. Yeah, if you just uploaded it, did you just upload it? Oh, we got another one coming in. We got Remo, Jahid. Did I just take this? I think I did, right? Wow, I'm lost, man. So lost. I don't know what I have inside here. You got Andrew Haynes, Barish, the boss, Joseph, T and Tech. So we'll just do these tactics first, right? Okay, before I get confused. All right. So many tactics, I get confused very easily. I'm an old man, right? I'm not as young as I used to be. Mrs. is already having fun with me nowadays. Giving me no peace. I think the kids that day, only just the other day, my kids were we got a note. We got my kids giving me a grief as well. Daddy, why is your stomach getting bigger? And that was so embarrassing. What's the magic password to get into the house? Daddy's tummy is getting big. That's their password to get into the house now. So I always ask them to give me a password when they come home. Possession based 4-2-3-1. The inside 4 provides the main solid goals. The remaining 3 forwards weighing in with a good number each. The aim is to dominate possession by holding a solid shape. They used to be solid enough to be utilizing it as well as when camping. Understanding that this might compromise both intents and extent, but allow me to utilize that from lower league. Okay, all right, good. I get what you're trying to do. So you want to build an all for one, one for all kind of 4-2-3-1, right? Okay, simple. Bang, bang, bang. Okay, all right, okay. It can work for a lot of teams, right? This can work for a lot of teams. You got a whole position here. You got a defense, very defensive. You got fullback on attack, that's fine. Fullback on support, fine. Nothing wrong with this tactic. You want to, you can put a wingback on defense. I'm not going to change this tactic because there's no need to. The only thing I would suggest for you is, what if you're playing against a team that's got a very good DM? Do that. That's the first thing you do. Second thing, what if you're playing against a team that is playing with double DMs? Put a winger. So add winger here. Just change this role to winger. Then you get your width, right? You get, because right now the width is going to come from here, right? From this fullback. But if you do this, winger, you get width on the left flank as well. Then you get more options. Other than that, man, do I have to play this tactic? There's nothing wrong with this tactic. This tactic is really quite good. You can be, yeah. Are you uploading this tactic to people? Because it looks like you are. It's a good tactic. There's no reason for me to, yeah. This is very, very nice. It's a very simple tactic. The only thing I added was roam, right? Just in case you're playing against a DM-based system, then you add the roam, and then he's gonna have the time of his life. It'd be harder to pick up. But if you don't, then don't do that. Right? So we don't have a DM to worry about. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back to the tactic. We're just gonna come in here, just remove the roam. I mean, we could give him roam, make him a real pain in the ass. You can do that to the inverted winger, right? You can give the inverted winger roam from position. Then the inverted winger could end up on the flanks, right? He could end up in wider positions. He could end up in the center. He becomes a very, very, very annoying player. In my favorite role in FM21 is one of my favorite roles is the inverted winger. But don't use an inverted winger with an inverted wingback. Don't make that mistake. I've seen a lot of people do it. And I'm like, nah, you don't. Because they're going to end up messing each other's play. They don't do well together. They just don't. Just don't do it. Okay? I know it looks like, oh, I'm going to have two inverters, but you're occupying the same channel. What's the point, right? The idea here is you don't have more than two in that channel, right? So once you have an inverted winger sitting in the channel, you got inverted winger in exactly the same position. Even the inverted winger is going, I want to give the ball to somebody. Why are you behind me for? Get out to the right and support me. Then what people do is they add the overlap. Hey, you don't have to just play a wing back then. So I would recommend very, very highly if you want to be the inverted winger lover like me, learn the difference between using a fullback and using a wingback. They're both different. They give you different dynamics. The way fullbacks play the passes is very good. Holy guacamole. Look at that pass. I didn't do jack to your tactic. What did I do? I didn't do anything, right? Maybe I added a row for position. Can I claim that credit for myself now? No, I can't. This is all you, man. This is all you. All right, fullbacks can be very solid at the back. It's a penalty, man. That's inverted winger, Mazzala and complete. Whoa, that's like three guys all doing the funky dory. No, I wouldn't. Inverted winger and Mazzala is okay, but complete wingback, all three of them are gonna move around like crazy. I mean, if you've got three very good players, maybe like I would try it, but I wouldn't just make it like something I would apply all the time, right? Buck's question was, does an inverted winger, Mazzala, and complete wingback, is that a good combination? That's my answer. Only do it if you have very, very good players. That's three, because the mess and the complete wingback might roam. Mess and complete wingback are quite cool, because you have to remember, a complete wingback can sometimes go narrow, sometimes go wide, because he has to roam from position. PI. Okay, can we just go on key highlights, because there's nothing to fix. All right. Okay, what do I do with this tactic? Maybe I added roam, right? That's about the only thing I added. Yeah, that's the only thing I added to this tactic. Roam from position for this guy. In some games, you want to be a bigger nuisance. You can add winger on attack. Some games, right? You just want to stretch defenses and winger on attack. Nothing wrong with this. This guy is just gonna stretch the defense. Inverted winger now has got other options, right? So this guy is gonna go wide. He's gonna pull defenders, because every time he goes there, he pulls one defender with him, right? Okay. So he pulls one defender with him, you get other options. So the shadow striker gets some slightly more room, because inside forward comes in, he's also closer to the shadow striker, right? Not too bad. Yeah, leave it. It's a nice tactic. I might move the BPD here. See, there are small little changes, but really, that's debatable. Because you got DLP here, BPD here, I don't see the point. But here, the BPD if you do an interception from the back, this BPD could carry the ball out to here, because this is a CM on defense. So yeah, nothing. Look at that. Hertha Berlin haven't even come out. He wanted a solid tactic, right? This is a solid tactic. Hertha Berlin haven't been able to come out of the half. Look at that. You just went to war on Hertha Berlin. Hertha Berlin haven't been able to generate a single shot on target. Or rather, a single shot. Let's not talk about on target, man. Does AP on the flanks? Yeah, it does. AP a wide playmaker. If you're talking about 4-3-3 AP, yes, it still works. That's it. Nothing to do. Then I look at the wingers ratings on 7.3. Shadow Striker is looking good. DLF is looking good, yeah. Why didn't I add roam from position to the DLF? Because the DLF doesn't drop as far, right? So, and the other thing is, it would be nice too, but this DLF is just nice, right? He just drops a bit deeper, and he has this plays through balls. But he's playing quite well. DLF, Shadow Striker, winger, inverted winger. Yay. That's it. 3.41 XG. Holy cow. That's some XG, man. Okay. That was a damn good tactic. Very good tactic. Okay, next one. Let's go, babies. Where is it? Batistuta Totti. Oh my goodness, the moment I see this, I get excited. Trequartista, target man, poacher, DLP, ball, okay, all right, yeah, I see the, okay, I mean, nothing wrong, I mean, a bit, okay, it's a safe tactic, that's what I'll say about this tactic, it's pretty safe, right, so, there are a lot of ways you can play this tactic. So I don't know what kind of players you have. That's the thing right now. I have no clue what kind of players you have. Right. I, for example, might go Mezzala. That's psychotic. Right. Two Mezzalas. And then people go like, who's defending the middle? This guy. Right. So these defenders. Then I put these guys as like wingbacks. Right. I may even go wingback on defense. Mez and wingback on defense. All I want is Mezzalas to be the nuisance players, right? And together with the wingbacks, digging crosses into the target man and the poacher. That's one way of playing it. Another way of playing it, you could go with this combination: DLP, ball winning midfielder. Then you do a complete wingback and a wingback. But I'll play a bit more aggressive. So maybe this is a bit too aggressive. I mean, I get why you're doing this, because you want these guys to be the attacking thrust of your tactic. Of course, you can also push them into these positions here as wide midfielders, and they do the same thing, right? Defensive wingers as well, they do the same thing, right? If they play a defensive wingers here, you get the same bite. You get, in fact, potentially a very strong tactic. Because then you're defending high up the pitch. Because, I mean, this is like, you're trying to defend high up the pitch, but in doing so, you're also telling your wingbacks to bomb up the pitch at the first chance they get. And it could make you vulnerable, right? I have a tactic like this, but double Mezzalas, but this guy is actually here. Because of the double Mezzalas, I put the DLP here. So what I get is these two guys just bombing up the pitch, and then I have two strikers in the box. Right? It just becomes a crossing orgy. Play with Roma in this era. Tomo with the ball. They complete wing. This is the target man, right? Yeah, he's the target man, I think. Or the poacher, one of them. See, you give up the ball and they run through the middle. You gotta run like... Gotta do a mental chase back, man. Trequartista. This guy is already injured. Who's this guy? Yeah, we'll just put it... I just put a left-footed guy here. I can't be asked. He's just gonna cut insiders about it. Yeah, this guy's gonna come this way. That's it. I might make the tactic look a bit different. See, this is what I'm just playing it as, right? I'm not gonna change this tactic just yet, but I have to change it later. Because you're gonna have a lot of this. 76 possession. We just drop this. Let's do the visualizer. Look at this. Everything's happening in midfield. Right. And all your chances, basically, we're looking at the XG right now. The shots, right? A lot of the XG is gonna be like this. Look at that, man. So far, these are only shots we generated. 123, this is pretty good, but we only generated one good chance, 35 minutes. Don't forget, right? This is primarily a defensive tactic, right? So let's go. Let's wait. Okay, I'm gonna make my first change. Okay, we're gonna make changes, but we're gonna go steadily, right? We're gonna see differences. We may not get there, but there's something that you need to understand. Okay. DLP holds position. Do you need to have him a defend duty? No. They want support. Right. Pushes your tactic higher up the pitch. Is it dangerous? Yes. But you got a ball winning midfielder, right? So assume that he can do the job. Okay. Trequartista will not help you tackle, but it's going to create a problem if they've got a DM defending, right? He's going to be impossible to mark. Target man and poacher. Trequartista. Poacher is not moving. Trequartista has got no love because Poacher is only in the box. So, I don't get this. Poacher is in the box. What is the Trequartista supposed to do? He's not going to come into the box because somebody else is there. So, turn this guy into something else. Maybe a pressing forward attack. Okay. Or advanced forward attack. Okay, that can work. Okay. I'll go pressing forward attack. Right. Okay. Okay. So, Trequartista now might have some love. Okay. I still believe that I have to push the wingbacks high up the pitch. I'm going to put this guy here and put this guy here. maybe play them as wing backs on wide midfielders on defensive wingers, in fact. So far, nothing much is happening. Look at that. See, their wingers are, they have no service, right? So, okay, 60th minute, nothing else is happening. Okay, all right, let's change. As I go higher and higher, I'm making more and more changes. Okay, now this guy is a ball-winning midfielder. This guy's a DLP. They'll try with the ball here. Trequartista is going to come here. This guy's a defensive winger on support. What am I doing? Okay, this guy is a defensive winger on support. All right, we've got overlap left. We don't need overlap in this tactic. We go slightly higher tempo. What ball into box? Let's just remove this. Let's keep things relatively simple. Let's keep the ball for sure. Let's go take short kicks. Okay, higher line of engagement. Now we don't really need that higher line engagement. We just need higher. That's about it. Okay, they're playing. We don't want our back line to be. We don't want these guys to be too high up the pitch. But these guys are gonna try and win the ball high up the pitch now. Okay. Target man, Trequartista. Okay, we gotta change the Trequartista. Let me just get into the box. Okay, go Shadow Striker. Okay, that's it. Last change. Because Trequartistas, right? They're gonna drop in and then they're trying to look for somebody in it, or they'll arrive late inside the box. In this particular case, I don't waste too much time, right? We already got a target man dropping deep, and then we've got a pressing forward. Just get in the box and try and score goals if you can, right? Because they're occupying the defenders. So the shadow striker, having him as a shadow striker makes a bit more sense. So this is when I want to look for goals. Remember, we were doing really well, keeping the opposition out, right? Now we've already done that, right? Okay. We got our goal, right? Right. Bring back attack. Bring back attack. DLP on support, ball winning midfield on support, shorter passing. Okay, let's not change anything else. The same tactic, right? We went for a goal. We got the goal. Now we're just being a nuisance. We just want to go up. We don't want to create those kind of goal scoring chances anymore. We just want to make sure that we are safe. That's it. That's the only change you made. So notice how your one tactic can be two tactics, right? So this is the reason why I love the 3-4-3. Why I can do this with the 3-4-3. It's one of my favorite formations. I even play this in PvP because I kind of like this. Yeah, it gives me options. Okay, so that's our first 3-4-3. Right now, we change our tactic. We drop into our defensive variation. Notice what happens straight away. AI is already in our half looking, oh my goodness, you sat back. Look where the other players are. They're not far away from him. So yeah, he kicks the ball. There's no options. Look at that. Oh, this guy did well, man. His kick is superb. Okay, so that's it for this tactic. Let's go to the next one. Look at this. Even on the counter, you have options to bring the ball out quite smooth. Yeah, I like this so far. We got standard defensive line, so we're basically quite safe at the moment, right? I don't know if it's standard or higher, but we drop our defensive line slightly. Yep, straightforward. Okay, let's just speed it up. And we are wing back, ball winning midfielder, DLP, shadow striker, target man, pressing forward. That's it. Kept it simple. Okay, next tactic. What's the deal with Villa still with Ashley Young at Villa? I don't get Villa at the moment. I'm not saying that they shouldn't employ Ashley Young, but I'm wondering whether they made interesting decisions in the transfer window. Okay, Donald Old 4133. Okay, CM support CM. Okay, okay, all right. This kind of tactics, right? When you do this, got two problems. One is Anchorman is not going to leave your defense. He's going to hold the hands of these two guys, and then they're going to get married, right? Have children. But these two guys are going to stay in midfield, and the only reason why they go up is because of traits and their attributes, right? They play generically. So this is the point where you got to ask yourself, okay, White target man on support is going to hold up the ball. Who's he holding up the ball for? Nobody's coming up the pitch for him to give the ball to, right? So if you play this tactic as it is, okay, a 4-3-3 needs to be constructed right. Otherwise, the good thing about 4-3-3s is against opposition teams, they don't give a lot of chances away. They got the highest, one of the lowest against XGs in the game. Or Football Manager, like if you play like a 4-2-3-1, the against XG for you could be something like 1, at least 1 good goal scoring chance per game. But for a 4-3-3, it's much lower. It's probably like half, or maybe 80, 70 sometimes. So you don't really give a lot of good chances away. So if you look at this game, we just play the first half, and then you'll notice one thing, that I'm waiting for a highlight that shows me the White target man in play. That's all. Hey, Jose Mourinho did what I suggested he was going to do. He went and signed the target man first. How's that, man? One of the first few signings he did. Tammy Abraham. Really, first thing he's going to do, right? I did a video. What Jose Mourinho could bring to Roma. First thing he's going to look for is the target man. Okay, we're still going on. Okay, our XG is only 0.49. Opponent's XG is 0.03. It's good. This is typical of your tactic. You're not going to give a lot of chances away. But when you get to the box, this is what's going to happen. Right? There's nobody attacking from the center. All you've got is these guys going down the flanks and trying to put a ball in. The two central midfielders of support, all they have is this guy, and they're going to just do that, right? I mean, if you're lucky, you get goals like that. But that's all you have. A CM on support and a CM support. But the White target man isn't doing much, is he? Your White target man is only holding up the ball for one player, the wing back or the fullback in this particular case. So the White target man's numbers are pretty solid at the moment, but he's only holding up the ball for this player. So why don't we get the White? What I would suggest is give the White target man somebody to hold up, to involve, and to give the ball to, for example. We can leave this as CM, turn this into a Mezzala on attack. Okay, so we come in here and we turn this guy into a Mezzala on attack. Now we've got somebody that he can give the ball to. That's the only change I'm making to this tactic. So what the White target man now has is a Mezzala he can give the ball to. The wing backs will go around him. So now the White target man has got two channels. He's got two options. You got two channels to create chances for these two guys instead of just one, right? One opportunity. The numbers are good. He's going to start looking much better. Now, what else can you do, right? The final thing in this whole equation is doing this focus play down the left. When you do a focus play down the left, you encourage the team to build their attacks down the left, which means the White target man and the Mezzala become a bigger. They become more involved in gameplay, and this unlocks the right side of the pitch, right? Because you're drawing teams to the left right now, right? So add a Mezzala on attack so that we have somebody attacking this area, so the White target man has options, right? When he drops deep, he's gonna want to give the ball to somebody. Who does he? Earlier only had this player. Now he's got the mess and the wing back on tank who can go down the flank. So see this. This is one of the reasons why I say that earlier we had one tactic that gave them zero chances, right? But the 4-3-3 is another tactic that is pretty solid at reducing options for opposition teams because they don't get a lot of high XG chances in their game. I'll show you the short map. Look at this, right? 0 point something, 0.03 or some shit like that. Yeah, 0.03, 0.04. That's it. I'm not surprised because this is going to be the average XG of this team. So all you got to do is be patient about unlocking teams, right? So that's all you have to do. So because you want movement from these two. So CM support, look at his traits. This guy, Mazzala, we just chose one so that he comes up. You can play a Mazzala, you can play a CM on attack. Any one of them. But as long as it's somebody who's on attack duty, who's going to go forward and hold the hands of the white target man and say, hey, can I give you a hand? So counter attack. This is your free kick, I think. Or is it a throw in? I can't remember. Just have to look at that. Make sure that your players are in the correct positions when you're taking an attacking throw in and a defensive throw in. Because on default, right, the defensive throw in is wrong. Right, you gotta tweak that. The default defensive routine for throw-ins is wrong. It's just plain wrong. You have to go in there and change it. Because it's got your defender coming out of the box. So sometimes you see a defender is, like here. The central defender is over here. And then you end up with nobody marking these guys coming to the far post. Okay, we've done this. Let's just zoom this down and go to key highlights. Okay, done. Oh yeah, Jahid, you here, right? Your 4-4-2 DM that you used last week, Tong to Real Madrid. Like it's like Real Madrid sideways. I love counter-attacking football in the engine. In general, in life as well. I like teams that can play a solid counter-attacking style of football. Because you just want to see them real teams in, right? It's one big hit in the face after that. Okay, we've done this. Now we come to this. Oh, we done slip keys tactics. So we've done all these, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to add a few more tactics. We're going to delete those tactics. All right, here we go. Thank you for coming. Thanks to all the fish, guys. Bye-bye. Yes, we want to delete them. Oh, no, I can't delete some of the tactics. Oh, I can't delete all of them. They're all gone. They're all gone. Are they gone? They're not gone. They're still here because this folder is accessible by Football Manager. Okay. Oh, man. I don't think these tactics are going to go. Oh, they're gone as well. All right. All right. Let's go to Trophy Boxy. Okay. Let's do this. We got 1, 2, 3. Batistita. We did this already. So we download these 3 tactics. 31. Okay. What is the difference between attacking playmaker or roll from RPM doesn't have get further forward. AP does. All right, let's go look at this. Oh, 4-4-2. Why so safe? Okay, all right, there's nothing wrong. This tactic is okay. Why we feel attack? Why we feel that? Very safe. Very safe for 4-2, right? Focus play on red, but yeah, it's a very attacking 4-4-2. Lots of movement in your 4-4-2. Very safe midfield. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it definitely works. I mean, Can he be made better? Depends on the players you have. There's so many roles. You can use other roles as well, like wingers and inverted wingers. It's entirely your choice, right? But wide midfielders are actually a safe bet as well. They're like generic. They sometimes sit a bit. The only problem is wide midfielders sometimes sit a bit narrow, so you gotta pay attention to that, and you might have to change them to something like wingers. So let's just watch. Okay, that's the first thing we're gonna do. I'll go to comprehensive. What you want to see is whether they are sitting narrow. So we're looking for these two players. Let's go. We're waiting now. Wow. The problem with these kind of tactics as well, right? You see this, right? We're gonna wait 10 minutes before something happens. Okay, come on. Oh, nothing happening. Got comprehensive highlights. Oh, finally. Okay, we got a highlight. Them attacking us. Doesn't look very optimistic. Okay. 13 minutes. Waiting for our highlight to come. So far, none. Okay, what do we do? Change these roles. That's all. Right, even on comprehensive, the game doesn't want to show you what's happening. This is like really sad. Probably because these guys are way too narrow. Yeah, inverted wingbacks, right? Wide midfielders, they tend to sit narrow in the transitions. So they're probably sitting on top of the inverted wingbacks and we can't really see it. So let's just change these roles. Okay. Let's just go cut inside with the ball. Why? You got too much congestion. Don't do that. Go wing on attack. This guy can be a wing on attack. Don't have to sit narrow. No wonder the tactic is having congestion problems. Because everyone is going in. Everybody is like in already. Don't do that. Yeah. You don't have to do that. And if you got focus play overlap, not entirely necessary to have the overlap, right? But you can if you want to do the overlap, then I would suggest let's just up this a bit more. I would remove the overlaps now. Okay. That's it. So you release the wingers. Give them a bit more latitude to attack. DLP, CM on attack, winger. So far now we're getting a bit more in terms of highlights, right? And we actually scored a goal. Here, winger on attack. You can even go Mazzala on attack as well. Yeah. Mazzala is going to come here, winger is going to come here. Then move the DLF to this side. And then the advance forward to this side. So you get a bit more, like when the focus play shifts here, what's going to happen is focus play shifts here, it unlocks these two as goal scoring threats. When the focus play shifts to the left, you unlock the other side with two duties as goal scoring threats. But that's what I would do. So I haven't changed yet. So we changed those. Once we change those, we should see a bit more. We should see a bit better movement in the final third. The DLF drops back and Mazzala through the center. Because the reason I'm confident with the Mazzala is because using an inverted wing back. Who's this? Now we're all over this team now. Okay, got DLP going there. That was the DLP. No, that was the DLP, I think. Yeah, the DLP. So I would change this into something like this. DLP, Mez, right? Or you can play Mez, you can play box to box. Really, it's up to you. I went for Mazzala so that wingers gets more options. But then they might put a bit more pressure on the DLP to do his job. Can even stop Mez. Just go central midfield on attack. Since you got inverted wingbacks protecting this area, you can launch these guys up the pitch. But you have to be careful when you create a tactic like this. This is going to be typical, it's endemic, because you got all this, you got no width coming except from these guys. So these guys go down the pitch, essentially just attacking with 4 players. 5, maybe this 5th player, that's all. You have to remember that when you use inverted wingback. It doesn't magically make your tactic better. You just have to remember that your numbers of players that you are attacking with has dropped. So this is something to bear in mind. Because the only other solution is to tell them to overlap, right? But when you tell them to overlap, you kind of slow down the way you affect the way these guys are playing. So this is slightly better. Getting a DLF dropping off. Yeah. Well, these guys they're not going away, man. They're not going away. But this is how I would set it up slightly. I mean, I might make further changes. Okay, let's just. We don't need a D duty since we got inverted wingback coming. We'll just take this guy and tell him to be an inverted wingback on defense. Okay. We'll just tell him to be a defense duty. So now we release these two. We have an injured player on the pitch. Okay, whatever. We send this guy. We don't know what he does for a living, but we hope that he's okay. Is to encourage the inverted wingbacks to move up when white midfielder go in. Yeah, I probably wouldn't do that. Yeah. The problem with white midfielders is if the inverted wingbacks won't go out so much, right? You have too much congestion in the middle right now. Way too much. I would play something like this, so I get less congestion in the middle. Otherwise, you're gonna run into traffic. I mean, it's like DM-based systems are gonna give you a problem. I mean, you could do the whole white midfielder thing, right? If you do white midfielder like this, right, and then go in and then we go sit narrower, okay? All right, so we tell him to sit inside. Come into this guy, do the same thing with this white midfielder. Is he on attack? I think he's on attack, right? Maybe you did. That's what you guys did, right? Okay, this guy cut inside. No, we don't cut inside with the ball. Just tell him to sit narrow, right? Or if you want to cut inside the ball, he's gonna drive this way. Okay, all right, I get what you're trying to do. Okay, so cut inside with the ball. All right. Dribble less. You want to take the ball from someone and go forth and conquer. White midfielder, support, attack. Okay, done this. Now we can still use inverted wingback on defense. Overlap, right? Tempo. Ball into box, counter press. Yeah, we could do something like this. This guy is gonna go around. This guy is gonna hold his position, then go around. But because you got all these attacking duties, he's not gonna go around unless this guy sits or this guy sits. So somebody has to sit. He's not gonna go, right? He won't go because this guy is not. He's gonna hold his. You see, the problem is inverted wingbacks only overlap if the flank is available, right? Otherwise they will sit in the pocket, right? They will not overlap if they have somebody else on the flanks. So that's something they have to bear in mind. But right now, those two on attack, this is why the inverted wingback may not always overlap. In fact, I don't think he will overlap. So this guy, so he has to dribble with the ball and go inside. So what we want him to do is cut inside with the ball. Dribble more. Right, I think we're gonna ask him to dribble more. And then cross less often. So he doesn't do any crossing on the ball. Dribble more and cross less often. All these guys are doing is just running inside with the ball, and then maybe the inverted wingback might overlap. That's if you want that effect, right? That's how it set it up. That way, this guy might dribble in, then central midfielder on attack. So this guy becomes actually, you have to change his role. He can't be a central midfielder on attack, maybe. It's how River play? Okay. I may be spending a lot of time looking at River, so yeah. But if you want this inverted wingback to come up the pitch, then these guys go in. That's what I'm trying to say. You have to force that white midfielder to go into the pocket. And that will only happen with PIs, with trades. So if you use a white midfielder, okay, on attack duty, you have to remember he goes into the same spot the inverted wingback is going to go into, right? So if he goes into that spot, the engine, we're not saying that's. What I'm trying to say is that the inverted wingback won't overlap because there's somebody already there, right? Two players in this engine cannot coexist in the same area. Yeah, so you might have to consider like PIs and stuff, which is the reason why I used to go like wingers with cut inside with the ball all the time for my inverted wingback overlaps. Every time the winger gets the ball, they up. So I would add this to your tactic, right? So dribble more, cross less often, cut inside with the ball, right? Sit narrower. Okay. This is what I'll do. All this 4, I'll give it to him. This guy, Roam from position is okay. Move into channels, no, don't. This is the dangerous one. If you move into a channel, the inverted wing back won't be triggered. Here, DLP is going to be on support. Right. Again, whatever you've done here, replicate it here. So you add all the same instructions. Dribble more, go inside with the ball, cross less often. So these guys don't cross the ball so much, right? So the inverted wing back will come up the pitch. So then he will come up. Then there's a strong possibility he will come up the pitch and he will overlap. The other thing you can do, right? Okay, this is the other thing you can do. You want to get the same effect. Make sure that you play a right-footed player here and a left-footed player here. When you play a right-footed player here, they naturally go inside. Inverted wing back will then overlap. That's another thing that you can do. Similar to how we take these inverted wing backs and get them to come inside, right? You play the opposite foot on each side, then you get this. When you play opposite-footed inverted wing backs, they will do the same thing. All right, so now we've got the second tactic. I think we've got Hiran Win, and then after that we've got Espanyol, right? So okay. All right. Now load the game. Yeah, Jahid is all. Yeah, Jahid is all about replicating different teams. That's all Jahid does. He just replicates tactics. This is his mission in life, which is good. I like that as well. Okay, winger on attack, AF, CM on attack, winger. Okay, this is a bulk basic tactic, right? It's living off crosses. That's what I see. So you gotta look out for certain traits that players have. Like CM on attack, he might get into the opposition, arrive late to score a goal. Winger on attack is gonna give you width. This guy is gonna occasionally, drop across or hang out and help link up play with this guy. Is this ball winning midfield on defense? I mean, it's a bit aggressive at the back. Standard defensive line. Why do you play with offside trap? You're gonna squish. Yeah, you can. Extremely urgent. Don't see why. That's pretty. Okay. The problem with this extremely urgent setting that you have right now. Yeah, this is a slight issue, right? See, this gap is big. This is a bad idea. But when a gap is very big and you send them trying to close everybody down, it could end up giving you an issue because they end up losing the ball, or they end up like opening up space, because if another team has got better composure than you or decent passing than you, they just wait for you to start pressing them and then you lose the ball. I mean, you just are not able to keep the pressure on them. But we'll see what happens. First, we're doing okay so far. Ball winning midfielder, DLP, CM. This is. I mean, the only thing I would change is this. Where you see how the pressing looks, right? So now you're on the counter, winger. Yeah, I love this. You might want to add width to your tactic, right? So that your priority is your flanks. See this? Just do this. Add width to your tactic. Then go to standard. So it becomes a tactic that says, hey, my focus is not the center. My focus is the wingers. Because every chance I get, I want the ball to go to the wingers because I want them to attack that flank and put the opposition under pressure. In this particular case, this winger is going to give this guy a nightmare. He's going to give the inverted wingback an unholy nightmare. Right? This entire flank is going to suffer. Right? Because we gone wider, so the focus is down the flanks. So these two are going to suffer. So it's simple, just using the width of the pitch to attack a team. So advance forward, it's like, yeah, it's fine. What you do, okay, now watch how they play, right? So they go there and they go to the wing straight away. They use the wings all the way now. Bang, goes out wide. The pass didn't make it. But you see the idea for the pass was to try and release the winger. The wingers on support, he helps out. He helps link up play. They go straight, give you the width. You're attacking on the flanks all the way now. Right. So this is what happens when you say use the full width of the pitch. Your team is going to use the flanks, right, to deadly effect. And we don't have like, see this? There's no focus play being used, right? So you don't like move everybody to one side to unlock one side of the pitch. You're just stretching the team, literally. No, all we had to do. See, I mean, you can do this if you want, but you have to bear in mind, right? You got to pay attention to how your players are doing the press. I'm not a big fan of this, right? In fact, I don't have any tactic which has got extremely urgent pressing. Most of my tactics are like this. Okay? Or what I do is, right, I go like this, and then I come here. I go to each one of these guys, and I choose who I want to do a hardcore pressing. I do this, and I get this guy to do the closing down. Get this guy to close down. But we know this guy's gonna close down like a maniac. And these two, we leave them alone, right? Just leave them alone. Because remember, you got this defensive with narrow. So what we do is we do like a split block. We use only a few of the players to press, and we hold the others back. Why am I doing that? So that I'm forcing the opposition into pressure. So when they press, right, I got a couple of guys still in their positions. They are being quite loose, right, in terms of their marking. When to pass into space, you pass into space, like you can do it now. Like when you got lots of possession, you go like, okay, you know, what's there to lose? Yeah. And go pass into space. What do you have to lose, right? You got so much possession. That's one of the ways to do it. Okay. The other way to think about pass into space is like here, there's gonna be space because there's an inverted wingback. Bound to be space, 100%. You put the ball into space, inverted wingback suffers. Right? So it's a good choice. So if I see inverted wingbacks and wingbacks, I'll probably use pass into space, especially if their tactic is a lot more attacking. But the challenge with pass into space is you kind of need to pay attention, because when you pass into space, if you don't utilize the space and they're able to turn that possession around, you could end up having to defend counters. So you have to pay attention to whether pass into space is effective. I normally use it when I got lots of possession, and depending on the roles that the opposition is using. Sometimes I like some strikerless systems. I play pass into space almost like religiously. I know that I'm gonna have lots of space because I'm attacking them. I have like, I'm playing 90% of my balls into space. I want players to run onto them because I got much higher acceleration than them. So that's a different setup. So like strikerless, you love pass into space, but these kind of tactics, all you're looking at, okay, like here they got wing back and inverted wing back. 100% I'll go pass into space right now. There's no point, because this guy is gonna dribble with the ball. He loses the ball, you pass into space. You got these two guys to latch onto the ball, right? So that's when I use pass into space. I look at roles and duties to decide when pass into space becomes more worthwhile. Of course, I mean, yeah. Wingback on support, wingback on defense is a different story. They tend to look at it, they're in sheer panic right now. The AI was comprehensively taken apart. Okay, next tactic. Hey, hello from Harrison. How are you doing, man? From Bosnia and Herzegovina. I need to get a jersey for that country. I need to get one. That's on my to-do list. Okay, finally we've got Espanyol 4-2-3-1 inverted. Oh, this is a lovely tactic. I like this. Except maybe too many players going through the middle. But this guy moves into channel, so it can still work. AP on support, a bit aggressive. Better role will be DLP on support, but because you're using inverted wingback, I can see how this works. Yeah, inverted wingback, AP is a bit aggressive. Okay, I wouldn't change his tactic. This thing is a pretty decent tactic. I mean, it is not wrong. It's not wrong. It's kind of aggressive, but yeah, it could work. Only problem is on the left flank where you got inverted wingback with the inverted winger. That I disagree. I would change that to a. I would change this to a winger. Holy guacamole! You got all this. Oh man, you're PI happy, man. Why is it narrower? You should. Okay, sit narrower is sitting here and you're dinking balls, and okay, I get what you're trying to do. Yeah, but I'll change that role to a wingback because the problem with the inverted wingback and the inverted winger is that they're going to be in the same pocket, right? So you're not going to get any love. This is the problem with the setup that you have, right? See, when you have this inverted wingback situation, don't need this. I definitely wouldn't play this. Right. And this is one of those times where I rather observe first before going, do I want to use pass into space? Because yeah. Nice short corner routine. Pity there was nobody, not enough players to the edge of the area. You need more players to the edge of the area when you do something like that. If you want to do short corner kicks, right, make sure you have at least two players at the edge of the area. You need that many players at the edge of the area. Okay, that's not too bad. All right, let's go for the next one. So we've removed things like what was it that we removed? We removed the offside trap. Yeah. Penalty has been awarded. That's so sad. Come on. Let's go key highlights. We don't need to go key highlights. I'll change back extend highlights. But somebody's watching this going, oh, that's how he gets teams to miss penalties. Oh, that was just fluke. Alright, I can't because I set my highlights to key highlights, so I can't keep changing it. It's going to just show key highlights, I think. Because of some strange reason, the player highlights mode follows online preferences. Yeah, see, you only have one each of area. Okay. Do that. Okay. Whoever's watching this video is damn lucky. People were asking me how I get my short corner routines to score a lot of goals. You don't attack from the edge. You want two of them at the edge of the area. You can have, then it's just nice. Yeah, I know edge area getting into the box, right? You don't want him to get into the box. You want them at the edge of the area. He's got a short corner routine. Alright. Then you get this, what will happen is, oh, we didn't do the other side. We only did one side. Shit. You gotta do the other side as well. Then you get those two bringing the ball in, they can pass because everybody's being marked, right? Think about it. Everybody is in the box being marked. You got two guys unmarked. They give him the ball. What do the two guys at the edge do? First thing they do is they put their laces through the ball. Bang. That's how I've been scoring all those goals, the goals from the edge of the area. You don't have the guy coming, arriving, they don't waste the time. See, really easy, right? So let's go into the set pieces, right? So what do you do? Corners. Right, so this is fine. This is fine, right? So this is all we do. Okay, MCR is fine. Is this, what's this guy? Long shot. The thing is as well, they have to have long shots. 13 or not good enough. Long shot 11. If his long shots are not good, they don't give him the ball either. So that's the other problem. You come back. You know use there. What the hell are you there for? What's this? Long shots 15. Long shots 14. Each of the area. Okay. What we got here? We got one AMR AMC. Okay, we're gonna put the AMR AMC there. AMR, you come back. Okay. AMR AMC MCR AML. Okay, done. That's that is exactly my short corner routine. Yep. How many are left to do what? Nick, I hope I answered your question about pass into space. Because I see the word I see and I see a question mark after that. Right footed works for the corners and left. Yep, correct. That's how I set up my corners. I make sure that you don't put left on the guy who's arriving short. You have to make sure that he's got the right, like left footed guy to play the ball in from the left side, right? So the guy who's coming short. And that's okay. The AP is not having a good game. I mean, I find that AP is a bit unneeded in this. You can have a CM on A, you can have a box to box. Yeah. There we go. AP, this is the AP playing the game. Gives it to whoever this is. We don't know who he is right now. And bang. Oh, the guy should have scored a goal. Man. Oh, how many are left to do tactics today? That's it, man. I think this is the last tactic. Last tactic. .27 XG, not too good, right? This is the problem. You're gonna have this kind of choking congestion, right? You end up in this kind of AF. Okay, all right. This is one time, right? We're just gonna change this rule to something like a DLF on support, right? Let's create a bit more movement in the final third. I mean, AF and Shadow Striker, both of them are running into the box. So because AF is already in the box, Shadow Striker is running into the box. AF is not bad because it boosts into channels. But the problem is, right, what if you are camping in the opponent's third, then the AF is already here. He's not going to move into the channel because he's already in the box, right? So he's not going to move. So the other role that will do that if you have a camping kind of setup like this, this tactic is basically domination. So if you've got you're going to dominate the opposition in the third. What you want to do is you want to have somebody that pulls the defenders away, making space for the Shadow Striker. And that's what a DLFS can do for you. Roaming Playmaker is not a bad option. Yeah. Roaming Playmaker is not a bad option. AP just dribble. But probably AP, right? I only like the AP in one position, in one formation, in one kind of tactic. In all the other tactics, I can't stand the AP. I hate the AP in all tactics except strikeless. The only tactics I like the AP in are strikeless tactics. Other than that, I hate AP. I just dislike APs completely. I mean, I can see an AP working in a 4-2-3-1, but then the AP here, all he's got is one striker, right? Then you got to think about making your system. Then if you want more your AP to aim for more players, then you got to play a deeper 4-2-3-1. So like then it becomes like, what's the point of playing a 4-2-3-1 if you play with a low line engagement? That's like, hell, man. So yeah, but APs are fantastic in striker systems. The difference between the CF and the DLF, the complete forward and the DLF is more than just long shot. It's like what the complete forward does is he roams from position. You need to find the right kind of player for a complete forward. The bar is really high, so it's not easy to fill that role. It's not just a long shot. So complete forward is gonna do a lot of things. He's like a striker. He's a target man. He's a complete forward. He's gonna drop deep. He's gonna do all those. He's gonna do all those things. So do you have that kind of player? So you don't, right? So make it simple for yourself. DLF on support and a Shadow Striker. Hey, can't go wrong with that. Nice combination. Okay, that's it, guys. We are done. Today we are done because my eyes are feeling tired. Why sometimes you stay wider for center back entry? Oh, because I want full width. Like, you want the central defenders. Basically, what will happen is, right, if you play central defenders and you ask them to stay wider, it does affect your defensive transition because they're going to be in a wider position. It means that some tactics can take advantage of that. The reason why I would do it is because of possession. I want the boys to be further away so I can recycle possession more effectively. Thierry Henry. But Thierry Henry now is a coach mod. Beyond Barreto. Thierry Henry would have been the first modern inside forward. Because he used to play from the wings and cut inside and score goals, right? Yeah. Haaland is a very good complete forward. Yeah. If you got Haaland, then go for it, man. Haaland is a very good complete forward. Yeah. He's like the full deal. I would go with him. Alright guys, I want to thank everybody for coming on today's show. You guys have been absolutely fantastic. Let's do this again next week. Next week we'll open it up to the public and you guys can bring in the tactics if you have time, right? Then we'll do more tactics next week. Today we've done quite a few, and I want to thank you guys for coming today. I hope I was able to help you guys with the tactics, and hopefully we've got no more in the bin just before I close the show. Yeah, no more in the bin. So you guys take care, have a good one. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.